Yo, 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 yo! What's going on, YouTube?
Hey everyone, thank you so much for tuning into our channel.
I'm Ty.
I'm Katie.
We are
tktoptunes, and today we are flying to Britain.
There we go.
Yes. Today we're reacting to 50 British versus American word pronunciations.
This should be good.
This should be really good.
Because we've seen a few just from our other channel reacting like Jaguar.
Oh yeah, Jaguar is Jaguar.
Yeah.
And
I feel like we've seen a few of them.
Zebra.
Oh yeah.
Is zebra.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah.
So there's
50 more.
50 of them. Yeah. So
cool.
let's check it out.
All right.
I wonder if those will be on there.
I know.
Let's go.
Okay.
We watched a lot of American television, and
Dynasty?
one of those shows was Dynasty.
Dynasty?
Dynasty.
What?
Dynasty.
Dynasty.
Whoa.
Oh man.
This is gonna be cool.
Hello, I'm
Dynasty?
Lawrence.
I'm Tara.
And we are on a quest to uncover all of the memos that Britain and America lost in the pond.
This
And
is sweet.
one of those memos pertains to words and how we pronounce them.
Maybe the most important memo pertains to words.
Well, absolutely. Well, it's the one I discuss most, isn't it? And, you know, living with somebody who is American, and especially being in quarantine with her, I get to hear a lot of her mispronunciations, different pronunciations all the time, don't I?
Yes. And so when we're talking about mispronunciations, I think Lawrence is going to go first.
Oh, am I? That's pressure.
And then I'm going to go next with the correct pronunciation.
Come on.
There you go.
There is no correct pronunciation. You know, language is fluid, and we understand that. Something else to point out before we get underway, you know, while we are representatives of our respective countries here today, there will be a few of you watching this thinking, I don't pronounce it that way, and I'm American, or I'm British. We understand that. There are regional differences. This is just how we do it.
Without further ado, we're going to get started, and we're going to say each of the 50 words with each variation on our own pronunciations.
And because we didn't want to discriminate against certain words, we alphabetized this list.
And since one of you in the comments below, I'm sure, is going to categorize each of these words, then you can find them very easily since they're alphabetized.
It's just so considerate of us, wasn't it?
It really is.
Let's get underway.
Yeah. All right, let's go.
Oh, you always bring me up on
Adidas.
This is
Adidas.
Adidas.
Yeah. Advertisement.
What?
Advertisement?
This is not an advertisement for Lost.
Advertisement.
For Adidas.
Advertisement?
Not a
Stop.
sponsored ad.
Not at all.
Oh, this one is controversial.
I've never seen that word.
So I actually do pronounce this H, right? But I think when I was younger, it was H. A lot of British people do.
Well, I don't even know what that is.
Not even younger. You've pronounced it H since I met you.
I was younger then.
A lot younger, I guess.
Come on.
H.
Now here's
Aluminum?
the thing. I pronounce this aluminum because it's spelled aluminum.
Yeah.
But if it was spelled the British way, aluminium, I would pronounce it thus.
Aluminium.
Aluminum. There really is only one.
Banana.
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 Much different, really. Another food item and
Basil.
you know a person's name. I call this basil, like Basil Fawlty.
Basil.
Basil.
For sure. Brochure doesn't rhyme.
But it does when I say it. Brochure.
Brochure.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Brochure.
Yeah, maybe I'll adopt
Brochure.
your pronunciation.
How do I say it?
For sure.
A brochure.
I like rhymes. Aha.
Brochure.
Yes, this one caught me off guard
Buddha.
because I'm a practicing Buddhist. I'm not, but still. Whenever it's spoken about, I would say Buddha.
I say Buddha. I'm not sure why. It doesn't make
Buddha.
any sense. It doesn't have the two O's.
Yeah, it doesn't
Which
make sense, does it?
does it?
Buddha.
Not at all.
Easy one, this. Jimmy Buffett.
No, the word,
Is
not the name.
Buffet.
That's what I say.
Is it? But you don't put like a weird emphasis on it?
A
Buffet.
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 Buffet, but I say buffet.
Oh.
Yes, here's an example of a
Oh.
British homophone. We pronounce this just as you would pronounce the word boy, as in boy and girl.
Buoy.
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 That's the way that I've always said it.
Buoy.
Life boy soap
Yeah, it's
is
a
life
buoy.
boy soap. But I don't think it's B-O-Y. I think it's B-U-O-Y.
Again, not a sponsored ad for soap. Yes, this was one of the big ones when I moved to the US
Caramel.
because there's a place in
Caramel.
Indiana
You
called
say that?
Carmel. We'll get onto that in just a second. My pronunciation of this word is caramel.
As is mine.
What?
But
I
the
think
place is
caramel.
caramel.
Yeah, but I've heard you say caramel or something
I say
like that.
caramel.
Do you really? But some Americans don't, do they?
No,
No.
some of them say caramel.
Yeah, this one's got quite a regional difference.
Caramel.
Caramel and caramel are spelt differently too.
I know that. I've just heard people pronounce the two the same way. Yes, this was Tara's former
Chauffeur.
profession to me. She was my chauffeur.
I was never a paid chauffeur for him.
How did you pronounce it?
Chauffeur.
See, you're getting the sort of the French down
Chauffeur.
there, I think, right? Usually we're bad at Spanish and you're bad at French. And speaking of Spanish, I used to pronounce this chili. And I think most people in Britain do, but I've since evolved
Chile.
my pronunciation because of this one.
Well, it's Chile because it's the place, Chile. But if you were to eat chili, that would be chili.
Chili. It's chili up north. That's another definition of the word.
But we would still say chili.
Both of them
Absolutely.
chili.
Oh, this is a good one.
Chili,
so when I was a kid, I used to colour in inside the lines. I'm just making that clear. With a crayon.
He didn't, because I've seen
They
his
say
artwork when he
crayon?
was younger.
Crayon.
But I say crayon as well.
I was
Crayon.
Artist of the Year in Year 7.
However, there are lots of Americans who say crayon.
One vowel.
Yeah.
Ah, yes, another example of the French going weird in America. I pronounce this croissant, which that's super French, even for England, isn't it?
I mean, we say croissant if we're saying American, but I say croissant as well.
Yeah, because you're pretentious like me.
Absolutely.
Okay, so the Bond actor, still haven't seen any of those films.
Daniel
shame on
Craig.
me. But I pronounce his name Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig.
What
Craig?
revelation? That is a genuine
What'd you
revelation
say?
to me.
Daniel
Yeah, I'd say Craig if it was
Craig,
like a first name, but I think that Daniel Craig has been in the news enough that even in America we would say his name Daniel Craig.
I suppose the fact that he's British as well, you hear that pronunciation quite often.
Right.
But if it was the first name Craig,
it'd be Craig.
Wow, Craigslist, right?
Yeah,
Craigslist.
Yeah.
In fact, perfect. When Daniel Craig made his first appearance as Bond, he made his
Debut?
debut.
His debut.
Well, this is similar, isn't it?
Debut?
Where we park the buses,
I say debut.
all of the buses in England, is
Depot.
called the depot.
And we say depot.
Here it is
Really?
again. We spoke about this
Depot.
just the other day, how it's used in different ways in both countries, but it's also pronounced differently. I've always said Derby.
I love this one. It's one of
Derby?
my favorite ones, but it's Derby.
Derby.
Wow.
The Kentucky Derby.
The hat,
Derby.
the type of race.
If you're from Derby, then let me know in the
That's
comments.
cool.
Should I pronounce it
Yeah.
Derby, or should I pronounce it Dobby, or should I pronounce it Derby?
There are, of course, 13 states with a Derby as well. How do
Derby.
you pronounce it, Americans? When I was a kid, we watched a lot of American television, and one of those shows
Dynasty.
was Dynasty.
Dynasty.
That is so
Dynasty.
weird.
Dynasty.
What?
Dynasty. Here's another
Dynasty.
French-inspired one. They're all French or Spanish, aren't they? Foyer.
We would probably say foyer, but I think I've learned over the years to say foyer as well.
In the
Foyer.
foyer. In the foyer.
This one
Foyer.
just reminds me of
I
Elton
say
John.
foyer.
Why?
Foyer.
When does he say this word?
Because he says
Garage.
in the garage by the motorway.
By the motorway. Like,
Motorway.
unbelievable. Which is weird because he often sings with an American
Music.
accent, doesn't he? The funny thing is, even in Britain,
Garage.
people can't
Garage.
agree on the pronunciation of this word. I happen to say garage, but some people would say
Garage?
garage.
Oh, well, mine's pretty similar to that. It's garage.
I hope there are some people called Graham watching because it's most decidedly
Graham.
in my pronunciation.
You don't
Graham,
say
not
Graham.
Yes, I do.
Graham.
Teddy
Graham.
Grahams.
All one vowel
Oh.
Yeah.
when you do it, isn't it?
When I went to school,
Teddy
there was a kid
Grahams.
named Graham, and I couldn't figure out why his name was spelled the way it is and pronounced the way it is at the same time.
Was he friends with somebody called Craig?
You do not
For some
say
reason, this one gets people in a
Graham.
tizzy. I say herb.
I say herb.
Herb.
Although people in the West Country might
Herb.
also say herb. Herbs and spices, like I just had.
Absolutely.
Herbs and
Ah,
spices.
easy one this.
Used.
Home address.
Home address.
I've had a lot of this in recent
Address.
times being here in quarantine. Leisure.
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 Sounds like legion.
I don't feel like you've had any leisure.
I've had plenty of leisure, just especially now that I'm
Leisure?
full-time on YouTube. Here's the thing. I don't remember ever
Lieutenant.
pronouncing this the British way of lieutenant. I've always said, I think, probably not, lieutenant.
You know who
That's
says
cool.
lieutenant?
Who?
Poldark.
Does he?
Yes.
Lieutenant.
But of course I say lieutenant, so...
Oh,
Lieutenant.
it's back.
Mary,
so my
Mary,
parents
Mary.
pronounced it differently. Mary, Marry, and Mary.
I just pronounced them all Mary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easy. Yes, depends what I'm referring to
Mobile.
here. If I'm referring
No,
to
mobile.
the phone,
Gas
cell
station.
phone,
T-Mobile.
I'd say mobile
Yes.
or a mobile home. If I'm referring to the place in Alabama, mobile.
I'd say mobile for phone or for home,
Gas
and
station.
mobile for mobile.
So at least we can
Mobile.
agree on the last one. Aha, again, not a sponsored
Mobile.
video. Nissan.
That is the
Nissan.
silliest pronunciation.
No, it isn't. Look, it begins with Niss,
Nissan.
which, that's fine too.
I'm certain
Nissan.
that that's the way that somebody in Japan might say
I
it.
bet it is. You're probably right. America is very good about doing that, actually. This word actually seems oddly appropriate
Nonchalant.
now. Nonchalant.
Nonchalant.
There you go. Again, getting your French down.
It's cool.
amazing. Why
Seeing
can't
the
you do that with
differences.
Yeah.
nonchalant?
Notre Dame.
This one was a revelation. Oregano.
Oregano.
No.
And again, I hate to
Oregano.
yours is closer to the original Spanish.
Oregano.
Oregano.
Italian.
Parmesan.
Parmesan.
Doesn't make any
I
sense.
say parmesan.
No, you don't.
Yes, I
It's
do.
tasty either way.
It makes no sense the way that I
Parmesan.
pronounce that. I just realized.
Well, but again, English doesn't, and it's it's borrowed from other languages. All of these words
I
come
do.
from other languages originally,
Yeah, you
so
do.
they're
I
going to have
do.
weird nuances.
You know
to
I
them, and
do.
I think it's fine that you
I
say
know,
that,
it's
but I'm just
weird.
going to stick to Parmesan. It's slightly quicker.
Parmesan.
In the privacy of your own home.
Privacy.
Privacy. Either way, don't give out your
Privacy.
home address.
Address.
Progress. To be honest,
Progress.
I go back and forth between both of them.
Progress.
I don't know if I do or not.
If you want to
To
progress.
You're
is to
right.
go forward.
See?
To have progress is what you have once
Isn't that
you've
weird?
progressed.
Yeah.
That's a good distinction. I actually like that. For me, this will always and forever be route.
Route.
And it is for
Route.
you too, but a lot of Americans would say
Route.
and route
I think both.
is, for us, we'd only ever use that
What does Siri
sound
say?
if we're talking
Rerouting.
about a football game
Route,
where somebody
yeah.
hammered another team. It was a route.
But if you say
Simply
Route
the
66,
salon,
En
which,
route.
It's
I
route.
think a lot of us could do with right now.
That's
Salon.
quite French.
How do you pronounce it?
Salon.
Yes, it's
Oh,
just
salon.
an emphasis
Yeah.
difference again.
Right.
I could definitely use it.
That's true. In fact, I
That's
got my
true.
haircut just before this whole thing started. Sorry. In fact, you might say I was right on schedule, although I never really pronounce it that way.
Schedule?
I've always said schedule.
That
And
was
I've
cool.
always said schedule too.
Semi.
Semi or semi something, but semi on its own if it's a truck.
A semi
Really?
truck.
So you would actually
Yeah.
say it's semi-final, for example?
Yeah, semi-final, any kind of
Semi-finals.
semi-word.
I always
that
say semi.
prefix, I say it as
Semi.
semi.
I bet you've got that from me, haven't you?
Semi-finals.
No? Okay. I think whenever I've heard an
Semi-circle.
American sports commentator say semi-final, they would say semi-final.
Yeah.
Ah, yes. Squirrel.
Squirrel.
Squirrel?
One syllable, more or less.
It is, and I
Squirrel.
don't understand that one
Squirrel.
either.
So
They're
You don't say
definitely two
squirrel.
syllables.
Squirrel.
I pointed out
cool.
once, it sounds like you've got a
Squirrels.
mouthful of nuts, much like a
Squirrel.
squirrel. Tomato.
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 We knew that one
I
already.
think everyone knows that one. Aha, they may not know this one. Tunisia.
Tunisia.
If there is anybody
Oh,
watching
Tunisia.
from Tunisia or
The
Tunisia,
country.
let us know which is closest to your pronunciation. Well, I think I know who's going to win this one.
Uruguay.
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 Do you usually do it like that?
No.
You don't usually affect the
Uruguay.
I say Uruguay.
Uruguay.
Yeah, but yours is closer again, I think, isn't it, to the considered Spanish pronunciation?
I'm certain that there are Americans who say Uruguay, though.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Me.
Neither of us.
Yeah.
Van Gogh.
Yes, in Britain we say Van Gogh.
Here in America, growing up, I was conditioned to say Van Gogh, but increasingly I've heard Americans say things like Van Gogh or Van Gogh.
I wonder if
Van
Doctor
Gogh.
Who influenced
Vincent Van
that. I've
Gogh.
heard that the Dutch is closer to that first one you said there, Van Gogh or something.
Van Gogh.
You need a lot of phlegm. Ah, perfect, because Van Gogh.
Vase.
Flowers.
Vase.
Vase.
Face.
Vase.
But I
Vase?
also say
Vase.
vase.
You say
I
vase?
think you
Yes,
picked that up
it's a
for me as
vase.
well.
No,
No.
that was before you. I'm just, really pretentious, like you said earlier.
And I'm losing my power. I'm going to be interested here because I actually don't know how you pronounce this, but I say it versatile.
I go back
Versatile.
and forth betwing versatile and versatile.
That is a
Yeah, me
distinction.
too.
Because I think,
Between
like you, not all
versatile.
Americans would say versatile. Vitamin.
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 Taking your
Vitamin.
vitamins?
Yeah.
I haven't. And this is the one that waiters, get
Water.
tripped up on a lot when they hear me speak, when I ask for water.
This was something that I always had to order for him. In fact, to the point where I still, whenever we go out and have food in a restaurant, who does that anymore?
What's a restaurant?
But when we used to do that, I would have to order all of his food for him because the waiters and waitresses just did not understand him.
That's an exaggeration, but at least the word water.
Water.
And we couldn't finish this
Water.
video without reference to the platform that it's on.
That's cool.
YouTube.
YouTube.
Although when
YouTube.
I'm speaking quickly, I do find myself saying YouTube, I think.
Really? I've never
Yeah.
heard you say that.
Sometimes I found an old video
What
of
did
me
he say,
the other day
YouTube?
saying
YouTube.
it that exact way without even thinking about
And
it.
here he thinks that he influences me.
Get out.
So there you have it. All the pronunciations of 50 different words.
That was awesome.
Some of them very
Sweet.
similar, some of them not so similar.
That was
I
cool.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting
Some
to
of
hear
them.
all of those. Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
wow.
Vitamin.
Caramel.
What? Caramel, I say.
Dynasty.
Dynasty. That was the one. I was like, what?
Basil.
Dynasty. Yeah, what do they say? Basil?
No. Now I'm going to start saying them differently.
Oregano.
Now, is oregano.
Yeah, that's so strange
And
to me.
parmesan.
No, you're the only one on Earth that says Parmesan. Oh, that's funny.
Wow, that was good.
Well, if you enjoyed that, just like we did, let us know in the comments down below. What was your favorite word that was a mispronunciation?
Yeah.
And that was fun.
Yeah, it was.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you so much. And if this is your first time coming across our channel and checking out one of our videos, please give us a quick subscribe.
Hit that notification bell to stay up to date because we come out with the videos every single day. And we can't wait to see you tomorrow.
We'll see you tomorrow.
See ya!
Peace and love.